Hey everybody! So, this is the second video we've actually made today, which is something we rarely do. But we have some important news to bring you alongside the Hero Factory, what the heck was the theme called? Invasion from Below. I keep forgetting its name news from earlier
I think
today.
the new name should be just Pacific Rim Factory.
So anyway, LJ and I are here to bring you big news. And that is the Ninjago 2014 sets. We have yet more of them revealed. We have another 3. And there's one more, which may end up being a store exclusive or something, because it has not been listed in a lot of different places, as far as, on retailer sites and whatnot, but it is a confirmed set. It came from the legitimate source that posted all these, and it is, what was it called? Destructoid, I don't know what it was called, but something along those lines. So to start off with, we'll go over the least interesting one, Hover Hunter. Now, this is the back of the box, so obviously it's not an ideal shot to display this thing from. But it looks to be, just a small vehicle with Cole and the hilariously impractical nunchuck techno blade that doesn't seem like it belonged to him, rather Jay. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep.
Fighting some helmetless, bland, generic Nindroid with bland, generic weaponry.
We haven't seen it. It's more like Gresh weaponry. We haven't seen a minifig use that piece for that purpose, have we?
True, I don't think we have, but
They look generic, but
or no, they're
they,
not really. I get what you're saying.
yeah,
I do
just
notice
meh.
some nice parts usage on the craft Hover Hunter,
Mhm.
but yeah, it's small. It's got those HF not the limbs, the HF blades and a saw blade and
Yeah.
purple. But whatever. Not really much to say about that one. Then we
Just
get
Cole's weapon.
yeah, which is Aldo, do you
Yeah.
think that's a practical weapon?
Of course not.
Uh,
It can be used practically, but by Jay.
yeah. Then the next set is the Ninja Copter, which people had previously written off after that poster a couple days ago, saying this looks generic, not, up to the caliber of the rest of the stuff. This is the best one I've seen thus far, like the best vehicle. Like,
Yeah.
Kai's jet was like a less cool version of Jay's jet. The Overborg attack was just weird, and then what was the other one? The Thunder Raider. That was well designed. I'll give it that. But I never, we didn't get to see it in its intended state with the robot folded up onto the back. This thing looks solid,
Yeah.
and
No, this does look very good.
it's got a bunch of stuff going on here. Like aside from the minifigures, you've got blunt shooters like from the Exotoa, that beloved piece, launching from what appears to be the spinner part things, the spinner
But that
add-ons.
looks cool.
It does look pretty cool. Some kind of wheel contraption in the center that probably contributes to a function.
Hmm.
Moving on to the minifigures, you've got Zane, some new character called Pixel, because
Pixel.
Pixel sounds stupid, but yes, it is obviously a pun on pixels and technology and whatnot. So we will see what happens with that. And then we have a Nindroid Craft, which again uses those nice HF blade pieces, and then a Nindroid Jetpack of sorts. And then the Raven.
Yep, for anyone who's a fan of the show, you know Zane's first brother, the Raven.
Yes, the Raven. Um, I see on the side of the box is just completely random. They have the rebooted logo, which I guess is their new thing.
Yeah.
Catchphrase, tagline, no longer masters of Spinjitzu, even though that is on the box, but it's rebooted.
Let's be honest, that's very fitting since technically this is a reboot.
Exactly.
They have rebooted it, brought it back.
Yeah.
So
Aldo, what do you think?
it looks good to me. Zane's new look, it's going to take some time getting used to. I need to see the minifigure more.
Yeah.
But it's interesting that he has the whole Terminator look.
Yeah.
And then Pixel looks
Pixel.
weird. Just, I know, like I said, I really want to see the character description,
Oh yeah,
like, especially in the show.
most definitely.
But it looks good. It looks good.
All right, and then moving on to the final set today. This is gonna be a polarizing one. I can already tell because Ninjago's dragons have been hit or miss in the past, to say the least. They had the
Coles.
Coles. Well, his was actually one of the better ones.
His didn't have any wings,
Died.
so
No,
a
it did
dragon
not.
without wings is
But
like a bird without
here's
feet.
kind of how it broke down. The fire dragon had some good elements and bad elements, but it was generally well liked. The lightning dragon was like $80, so obviously it's gonna be of somewhat good quality. The ice and the earth dragons were the ice one was received terribly, and the earth one was hit or miss. A lot of people did like it, but a lot of people didn't for the reason you said, and then others. And then the epic dragon battle, the four-headed dragon. That one was
Oh yeah.
terribly received. It was like hilariously cumbersome four heads. Yeah. This one, I don't really know what to make of it because they tried to do a different approach and actually made it a little bit more complex than the other dragons because this one will have a higher price point without necessarily going into the epic dragon battle territory where they just kind of threw stuff on for no discernible reason. Everything here looks pretty, in place. It's got a brick built head, unlike every other dragon thus far. It's got some new kind of foot piece, which makes me
Yeah.
wonder if we'll be seeing that in Hero Factory, because that looks like a good HF foot, and I see it connects with socket as well. So that
Which
probably
is
will
always
be
good.
used, yeah. And then we've got saw blade wings and
That
actual
is.
wings.
I'm not sure how to feel about these wings. I mean, they're really pushing the whole robot look, and it is well done. But
I like the other kind of wings better.
those bright red pins.
Yeah, I don't really understand.
Like I said, I need to see how this goes. Honestly, they're bringing back gears.
I did
Gears.
gears. Yes,
Look on the
and
tail.
I see there's rubber bands, and yeah, there's gears everywhere, bionic style gears, other kind of gears. There's obviously going to be wing flapping functions involved. If you look at
Yeah.
his neck, you see that unloved piece used in Stormer
Yep.
XL once and never anything else.
Yep.
It's here. Um, the torso looks like a jumbled mess. I'll be honest. A lot of
The
stuff.
design, the overall, the torso looks like they were pretty much just building off of what they had done for the Epic Dragon battle.
Yeah. The tail looks solid. The gears.
It's a tail.
Yeah, it's a tail. Here's the interesting part of this set, the minifigures. Here's what we've got. Well, actually,
Yes.
Lloyd gets a car, and it looks better than the bike he got before. So,
Yeah.
the minifigures. We have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 minifigures. We have Lloyd, 2 Nindroids, one of which I actually believe is the big boss, General Cryptor, and then
Be interesting.
Evil Woo and Sensei Garmadon.
Glad we're getting a Garmadon minifigure. Horribly confused.
I don't exactly understand. I can see Wu being infected somehow or turned evil somehow, and I can see Garmadon stepping up to the plate to save the day with his son. I don't know why he'd be called a sensei unless it was some alternate dimension.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking there's going to be some sort of alternate dimension or
That
some dimension swap.
That'd be awful. I wouldn't like that at all.
Neither would I. It'd be a two-yet situation, and everyone knows that I don't mind a two-yet situation.
I don't mind alternate dimensions when they're confined to side stories. Building a whole year off of one is not the right idea for me. This reminds me of when everyone was saying the Bionicle Stars had to be an alternate dimension because there's no reason why all those characters would ever meet up in one place.
Yeah, you see, I can see them doing this very well. I can see them going into the future accidentally, and they're looking for a way back, but in the future this happens, and But I mean, I'm very eager to see how this year plays out because it's really looking promising.
Yeah, I think the show is going to be really good. I'll be honest, the sets thus far are kind of a hit or miss for me. I like about half of them and I dislike about half of them. But I think stack them side by side and they all have a good aesthetic and they all well. So I guess we'll see those. The one last set, the Destructoid or Destroyer, whatever it's actually called in English. Nobody knows anything about that other than it's the most expensive set, bigger than this. So it's probably going to be a store exclusive, which Ninjago has been known to do over and over and over and over, except in their final wave. Remember such gems as the Lightning Dragon was a store exclusive, but then also they had the Wrecking Ball, the Serpentine Wrecking Ball from like the TV show, and then they had a
Yeah.
Serpentine Mech, and then they had a bunch of different oh yeah, they had Skeleton Bowling, and all
Yeah.
sorts of crazy stuff. So it's probably a store exclusive, but. These are the 3 sets. Feel free to speculate and discuss the sets involved. There's certainly lots to pick apart here. If you were a system guy, you could probably detect all sorts of interesting builds. I am not, which is why I single out the HF pieces that I see.
Yep.
So, thank you for watching. Be sure to
Oh,
check what.
no, I just noticed the cover art for the dragon, Evil Woo, not only has a robotic face, but is holding handcuffs.
Those are handcuffs. Well, I guess they are handcuffs.
Yeah, they're handcuffs. They're minifig handcuffs. I've seen them numerous times. Okay.
Epic stuff.
Okay. Speculate away.
Yes, speculate away. And be sure to check out our Hero Factory video from earlier, Invasion from Below. I gotta remember that name. It's the first 3-word series name since Ordeal of Fire. But anyway, goodbye everybody. We will see you all next time.
Adios.